Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. Doing a quick 15-minute stream, nothing too long. Just gonna be doing a quick banker coin stream right here. Banker sitting at $43 million in market cap here, holding up pretty well. I think, like I said, I think banker is going to really piss a lot of people off. There's a lot of people in my comment section that are not a lot of people, but a few people in the comment section, saying banker coin is a scam, etc. They're not bullish, man. There's a lot of bears out there, but I think this project is going to do very well in the future, right? We have some TA here, right here on CoinMarketCap a few hours ago from Triangle Boy, saying banker lovers and haters alike are denying this next move for banker, which is a 35% move. If you're tuned into the live stream, really appreciate all the support. Waiting for people to tune in here. That is very fine. Not much people are tuning in. That's okay. I just wanted to do something, do a quick live stream. I love to do like pop out live streams, very unexpected live streams, nothing planned. Bitcoin right now holding around the 70K level. Ethereum $2,150. So we'll see what happens, guys. I think a lot of people are expecting a move to 80K per Bitcoin. Some people already think we're gonna start rolling over, to the lows, right? Where will be the bottom? That's the big question, right? Because you can't necessarily time the bottom, just like how you can't be perfect with timing the top. There's no way you'll be perfect with timing the bottom, right? Personally, I think we do make the move to 80K. I do think we won't. Excuse me. I do think we'll make one more leg down. I really do think that may be the case. I don't think we're gonna go to 80K, then make a move to 90 to 100K. I just can't see it. I really can't see it because, the market has really shown its cards to me. But I do think we bottom a lot sooner. I don't think we're going to bottom all the way in Q4. I think that is just too easy because you know how many people are sidelined with cash on hand, just waiting for the market to, waiting until the end of the year. I don't think the market makers are going to make it that easy. Right? You can't expect the typical bear market when the bull run ended in apathy. The bull run ended without euphoria, any crazy hype for crypto. Altcoins have been down for the past 5 years. You can't have the same typical bear market. It just doesn't make sense to me. I think, this is my thesis, I think we may bottom in the summer. Now, obviously, I could be wrong. But I think we bottom around the summertime, right? I think we have one more move up to maybe 80K like people predict. Then we have a move down to maybe like 50K in the 50K range, bottom around 50 to 60K. And then the bottom in the summer. And then typically summers are bad. But I think we're going to bottom in the summer and start the move before, people that are waiting for Q4 get what they want. I don't think you could time the bottom just like you can't time the top. You can't time the bottom, especially since, even Benjamin Cohen has made videos about dubious speculation. He has, already presented that thesis in one of his videos where his dubious speculation would tell you, hey, if we ended the bull run on apathy, we didn't end the bull run on euphoria, extreme hype, everyone getting rich, etc. We didn't end the bull run like that. How could you expect a typical bear market? Now, overall, he still thinks, bottom in Q4, right? But he did throw that out there that, hey, dubious speculation, maybe we bottom a lot sooner because, we didn't have the typical euphoric bull run, So 4 people tuning in. If you're tuning in, 6 people viewing. If you're tuning in, be sure to like the stream. Feel free to talk to me in the chat. If you are bullish on banker, you hold banker. Just doing a quick live stream here. Nothing, nothing crazy. Willing to take any questions, anything you guys want to mention. So we're taking a look at banker here, sitting at 43 mil market cap. Very bullish on banker. Very bullish on AI infrastructure. Apparently, I saw, one of the devs of banker recently is they already started the hackathon. Oh, I'm gonna cover that in the next video. But recently, I covered in a recent video that banker total volume on base hit $5 billion, guys. 1 billion banker eco tokens, 2.7 billion banker, 1 billion DRB. Now that's based. And I saw deployer, right? I saw a deployer, the dev, one of the founders of Banker here, replying to people and letting people know, hey, the revenue that Banker generated is way more than virtual generated recently. So there's a list of the top AI coins in revenue, and Tau number one, understood. Tau is a multi-billion-dollar project. I would expect Tau to be number one, but virtual, right, is at 2.87 million. But here we have the deployer saying, hey, not sure how they're calculating Tau here, but Banker earned 8 million so far in Q1 in liquid ETH fees. Double that if you count tokens launch, right? So 8 million in Q1, right? So that means Banker is earning more revenue than EVA Virtual, right? And Render, and supposedly people, some people in the replies are saying, oh, it's a scam, etc. Yet the revenue that they're generating is is above some of the best AI projects in the last cycle that we had. Fed and Render are like the best, were the best AI projects at the time in 2023 to 2024. Render, Fed and Render were, and Banker has earned more revenue than them in Q1. 8 million liquid in ETH fees, right? That is insane stuff, but it's not mentioned here. I'm not sure how Dami DeFi calculated this, but for me, that's bullish, right? So I'm paying attention, man. I'm paying attention. Nobody really paying attention to the live stream though. This is gonna be a quick live stream anyway. I just wanted to get some more content out for the day, just to maybe give the channel a little bit of a quick spark, right? So yeah, that is very bullish in my opinion. And overall, the macro is not in a great spot. Retail interest, as I mentioned in multiple of my videos, that retail interest for the overall macro, the overall market is the worst it's ever been. And retail interest is a net negative right now. It's literally below what we've seen that in the worst time since 2020 to 2021, right? It's even lower than 2019's retail interest, right? So that just shows just how retail investors are tapped out of the market. But in my opinion, this is when you should pay attention, right? And this is in my Discord. If you guys want to chat, like Ethan here joined the Discord recently. It's a free Discord. Link to it is in the description. Coming in from your YouTube, barely found you today from all your Banker coverage. Great stuff. And I appreciate comments like that. I appreciate the kind words, Ethan. Thank you so much. Me and Guardian here, he was asking, I recently DCA'd into some projects. What do I think about other projects as well? So yeah, I just want to create a community where people could talk to each other. What's the saying? Two heads are better than one. So the more people interact and communicate, the more all of us could work, and find great projects and build, and create just an environment where as much people that are supporting the channel can make money and be successful, right? 10% of crypto investors make money in the space or are successful at crypto. The other 90% of crypto investors lose money, right? So, it'd be great if we make our channel 10%. Claude is going to 100 billion. Black Stuntman. Thanks for joining the stream. Betamax. One has been in the field of investing since 2010, and prior to crypto, one worked with LSE's famous open outcry. One might suggest XC and Onyx coin. Thank you, Beta. We love XCN on the channel. Black Stuntman, are you talking about Claude that is launched on Banker? Assad, hi, what's up, Assad? Thanks for joining the stream. Leave a like on the stream, guys. I see you guys popping in, and I appreciate it. Are you talking about Claude bot launched on Banker? I did cover this a few times on my channel. Claude ATG, right? I still think this is gonna do well. It may be down bad right now, but again, this could, it could be a great upside here. Maybe a 10-20x move for this project, right? This is one of the projects that is launched through Banker, right? Remember, Banker is also a launch pad that has a bunch of agents launching on it as well, similar to what you see with Pump Fund, right? Pump Fund is like the retail trading space. There's still, you know, it's so crazy, and I try to keep up, right? There's still people on Pump Fund that are able to trade the markets and make like $300 to $1,000 a day. Recently, someone on Pump Fund, let me show you guys this. I think I retweeted it. Hold on one second. Yeah, here we go. So recently someone on Pump Fund turned $92 into like 130K, right? So, you know, you see like how, you know, yeah, right here, $93 to 153K on Pump Fund, right? So you see the success that Launchpad is having. You know, Pump Fund is $1 billion launchpad. Like I said, I think the thesis here for Banker is, you know, there's going to be similar stories here, and all of that is going to generate revenue and fees for Banker, right? Similar to how Claude is launched here. If Claude does a 10 to 20x, boom, more fees to Banker, right? Etc., right? And with that happening, they generate more revenue, more fees, they do more buybacks, you know, they support the chart. You could see $1 billion Banker in the future. I really think 1 cent per Banker is not like impossible. I think that's very possible, right? I'm not like, this is why I cover it so much. I'm looking at from the outside. Yeah, I'm talking about Claude. That is also on Banker. The developer name is Austin. Yes, I know. The developer is Austin Griffith, right? And he works for the Ethereum Foundation, right? Sorry about the misspellings. I'm talking with driving. Okay, so you're driving. Man, you're watching the stream while driving and typing. Don't do anything that gets you in trouble, man. Following your channel for Banker. Thank you so much, Assad. Join the Discord, guys. If you're in the stream, join the Discord below. You could just talk to me. It's a free Discord. You know, any questions, you know, just join the Discord and just talk to each other so we could have like a community of people that are investors, and then we just help each other out. Like, we could spot the next 100x on the Banker ecosystem, right? Say we get, you know, say Banker goes to $1 billion market cap from here. You know, your 1 million Banker coins, which I say 1 million Banker coins is a good bet. Your 1 million Banker coins get to, you know, goes to $1 billion market cap. That becomes $10,000, and then we find the next 100x on Banker. You take $1,000 of that profit, toss it into a Banker coin, and then boom, you get another 100x. It's possible. So join the Discord. Let's, you know, work together, do our best to you know, overcome the space. Like I said, 90% of investors lose money in crypto. Only 10% make it or are successful. Let's, you know, come together to be that 10%. Do I still believe in Surge? I'm gonna be honest, okay? I took profits on Surge and I haven't checked on it since. I spoke about it for a while. I got the profits and I was excited for that, but I haven't really checked back on it. I'm gonna do some research for you, Maxim, and see what they've been up to, and I'll, you know, take a look, right? I since I've covered it in the past, I would definitely make like a follow-up video, because it's the same thing with Zora, right? I'm not right all the time, but when, you know, Surge made its move, I did say, hey, take profits, right? Just to be on the safe side. And the same thing with Zora, right? I was wrong about Zora. I thought Zora would have been a massive gem, and I was wrong about that. When will Banker be listed on Binance? Not sure, right? But that, in my opinion, centralized exchange listings, you see how the market is, Assad. The centralized exchange listings, like a tier 1 listings, don't really matter as much right now. You know, I would prefer Banker aim for Robinhood, right? Binance doesn't have the pull like it used to, in my opinion, because a lot of people have like this controversy going on with CZ, right? CZ's more focused on his chain, and he's only really listing, you know, projects on BNB chain. if you take a look, I think what's gonna happen is, since Banker is already on Coinbase, I think, you know, Brian Armstrong is gonna compete with CZ to be the #1 exchange, right? And he's gonna pump coins on his, not necessarily pump them, because they can't pump them, but he's gonna market them. He's gonna push these coins like a Banker, like Monad. He's gonna push coins on Coinbase to take all of that market share from Binance, from CZ, right? So I would more push for Banker to get on Robinhood. That's just my thesis though. Remember, it's all about competition in this space, right? And Coinbase is not #1 because of Binance. I think this is why I say trading on base chain and paying attention to Coinbase gems for the next bull run, That's where you're gonna be able to have like maybe less than a $5,000 portfolio, less than a $3,000 portfolio, and potentially turn it to 6 to 7 figures, just like people did in 2024. I think Coinbase is really gonna push its ecosystem. It's gonna push base chain. It's gonna push Coinbase exclusive coins, right? Base greater than Sol, exactly. So I think Brian Armstrong is gonna go full competitive mode against CZ Binance, and everybody's gonna be looking for the Coinbase listing instead of the Binance listing. They're gonna be saying when Coinbase instead of people be saying when Binance. I really think that's going to play out. That's just my thesis though. Okay, so Zinc is still in negative 200K, but I still think it's not the end for Surge. Zinc is such a fantastic trader, man. He has done so well. And you see these guys, they push projects that actually have utility. Let me take a quick look at Surge, right? Because Surge has utility. The founder is a beast. I think I did research on it. The founder is a billionaire. And like I said in my video, I think I said, get around 10,000 Surge, which is around, $150. Yeah. I think I said get around 10,000 Surge. At the time, it was around $300, right? So I did take profits up here around the 10-cent level. And I didn't really pay attention since. I'll be honest. I have to be transparent, right? So I think it's going to make a comeback. It looks like it's bottoming here. I don't think it's over for it because, again, the founder is building and they have so much going for it. I just think, the utility is going to take some time to catch up. Similar to BNKR, for example, right? If you take a look at BNKR bled down a lot from this previous high, and most people didn't buy that 13 mil market cap entry, right? Even me, I started talking about it on the channel at 35 mil market cap, right? So I didn't buy this bottom. So I think Surge may be in a similar spot. I just have to check like what's happening with the X, what's going on in the community, what people are saying, and I'll probably do a dedicated video for that for you, Maxim. Founder and team are legit. Yes, exactly, right. And again, I'll definitely make it. May even make it for you tomorrow, Maxim. So I'll definitely take a look. So yeah, I think at this point, it looks like it's on the 24 hours. It looks like it's bottoming out. It looks like it's found a floor, right? It's going sideways here, unless we have the next leg down in the market. But I think Bitcoin pushes to 80K first. I think Bitcoin is going to push to 80K first, and then it's going to crash, right? That's what I personally think. I think the bottom is going to be in the summer. That's just me. I think we're going to bottom around 50 to 60K because I can't expect the same bear market when we've been, in my opinion, Bitcoin, yes, went on and did new highs in 2024 or 2025, but the rest of the market was just dead after summer, right? For what I like, for example, I don't want to mention meme coins as much, but look at Troll, for example, right? So Troll had a massive run in the summer, right? This is when Bitcoin went on to new highs, right? In the, around the summer, somewhere around that time, it started its run. That's when it started its run. And then after that, just down, right? And it's bleeding ever since, right? So I think, like I said, the way last year was, when everyone was expecting euphoria, alt season, you had the worst market conditions last year. And you throw in, the Q3, Q4 we had. I don't think the bottom is in Q4 this year because last year was so terrible, right? Even now, obviously we're in a fully bear market now, but how could we expect the same type of bear market when last year was so bad? You get what I'm saying? If we had euphoria and we had, alt season, etc., a bunch of people got rich last year, I would have been like, okay, we're going to have the typical bear market. I can't expect a typical bear market with what happened last year. Asad, thanks for the question. I personally don't like to, I don't like to reveal my holdings, right? A lot of, when you start revealing your holdings, you invite like all kinds of, outside forces, if you will. So I don't like to reveal my holdings. Just know, yes, I do hold the project. Maxim, the reason why Surge is now is because they delayed the gated launches. Okay, I see. But I would think it's because they want to make sure they make great launches, right? It was set for February and now it's planned for this month. Okay, so once that launch is successful, that's when we probably see a bounce in Surge. Okay, I got you. I still think 10,000 Surge could be good. Like I said, let me do the dedicated video for you, Maxim. Now that you came into the live stream, showed some support, I appreciate it, right? And Assad, I hope you don't mind if that's my little rule. I don't like to disclose my holdings as far as like how much I have, right? But I would say, hey, I do hold this project, right? Okay, Assad, shout out to you. So if you guys are tuning into the live stream, man, please leave a like on the stream, right? Please leave a like on the stream. I really appreciate it. I just wanted to get some more some more content out before the day was over. I see my videos today aren't doing that great. Crypto viewership is down so bad. It is down so bad, right? We have some TA here. Someone is looking for a lower low for Banker. Then it moves up to 300. Man, I don't think we're going to go that low. I don't. 696 looking for a billion market cap for Banker here. I really think 1 cent per Banker is very possible, right? If Pump Fund with its ecosystem, was able to get to a billion market cap or multiple billions in market cap and have this growing and thriving ecosystem, I think Banker is one of the coins on the base that is really undervalued. And again, it's AI agent infrastructure. It hits the narrative, right? You saw Tau, how well Tau is performing as an AI project. Tau is like the best performing altcoin at this moment, right? Tau is the best performing altcoin at this moment. You could have bought in around 176 bucks. I didn't really speak about Tau on the channel, but it's an AI project. People look at Tau as like the leading AI project, right? And I think that's going to be the sectors that really take off. This is why Surge is going to do well, maybe in the future, we'll see, because it's focusing on AI launches, right? And, this is why Banker, I think, will do well because, again, it's an AI project. AI and big data, AI agents, Launchpad as well, has, wallets designed for the agents, right? Innovative technology here, even though people think, oh, this is just a memetic project. It is, but it got a lot more going for it. Like I think I showed you guys earlier. Show you one more time, man. Look at what Deployer, the founder of Banker, said, right? One of the founders, one of the developers of it. He said right here, let me see. When was this? When did he say it? Did I scroll past it? I think I scrolled past it. Hold on, give me a sec. Maybe scroll too fast. Oh, here we go. Yeah, this data is wrong. Banker made at least $8 million in Q1. What? And look at this chart, right? They didn't include Banker here. So Banker made $8 million. It's literally made over virtual, render, FET, ICP, near protocol, right? Banker has made more than all of these projects. And they didn't put it on the list, right? Because people just see Banker as a meme, right? But they made $8 million in revenue in Q1. You know how crazy that is? It's just below Tau as far as AI agent infrastructure. That's crazy, right? So, that's why I'm bullish, man. Clanch is going to billions. Banker is going to billions. Do hold pretty good. Yes, sir, Assad. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Maxim. Clanch as well. You're bullish on Clanch. I personally like Claude more than Clanch. But again, another good project in the Banker ecosystem. The chart is pretty much similar to Claude, right? The chart is pretty much similar to Claude. So, if you have all three, it's up to you if you have all three. I'm personally more bullish on Claude because of Austin Griffith, right? Let's take a look at Austin Griffith's X. Let's take a look here. Yeah, so Austin Griffith, he works for the Ethereum Foundation. Best place to learn how to build on Ethereum, speedrunethereum.com. This is a guy that works for the Ethereum Foundation. He deployed, he's the one that launched Claude, and then they have the autonomous agents built on Claude. So what's gonna, I think what's gonna play out when Banker goes for its run, you're gonna see Claude goes for its run, and maybe, more than likely Clanch as well, right? But I didn't really talk about Clanch. I did speak about Nook Plot. I spoke about Nook Plot in my Discord. I told people don't overinvest. just toss in less than $300. I didn't bring it to the YouTube channel though. I didn't bring Nook Plot to the YouTube channel because it's way more high risk, right? So I didn't talk about it on the YouTube channel. I talked about it in the Discord, and I think what's his name, tossed in $100. Let me show you guys, right? So when projects are risky like that, I'm not gonna talk about them in the on the YouTube channel until they prove themselves, right? So as you can see, Guardian right here, he said he just DCA'd some Zbeck and Nook Plot, right? So I did speak about Nook Plot. I spoke about Nook Plot when he made the dip, and I said, guys, I'm gonna toss a little bit, just a couple $100 in the Nook Plot here. So it's on a dip right now. Didn't even pay attention. So now is a great time to enter. $160 in the Nook Plot here. You potentially could make, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. It's possible, right? What's that, like a 30 mil market cap? Yeah, 100. Yeah, man. 30 mil market cap for Nook Plot. It could happen. I just didn't make a video though because this is more high risk. I don't want to lead people off a cliff. That's why I said, hey, don't invest anything more than $300 here because projects like this that are so new could go to zero pretty quickly, right? Very high risk. If you're tuning in the stream right now, make sure you guys like the stream. Like the stream, man. Why is Banker not added to layout? If it's made 8 minutes. I don't know why they didn't add it to the list. That's why the founder is replying like, yo, where did you get the statistics? We should be up there, right? It's on base and link for AI agent and not finance. Yes, Maxim, yes. Yep. Like I said, mentioned it in the Discord. 100 billion and forget about it. Check back in 2029, 2030. Black, hey, all I have to say though, if you see Banker make a move to 500 mil market cap, take some profits. Okay, guys, don't get wrecked. You never go broke taking some profits. And then if you really believe in that long-term vision, you leave some of the profits in for the long-term vision, right? But nothing's wrong with taking profits. Just don't wreck the chart and sell everything. Never sell everything off a coin because you never know, right? Never sell everything off a coin. You could sell like 20% here in one side, 30% when it goes higher. You're up a 5x, 10x, you'd sell 20 to 30 to 40%, and then maybe leaving a 30% profit, right? 20%, 20 to 30% profit. Just to be as strategic as possible. And make sure you put your money in stable coins or majors, right? Go stable coins or majors. Don't instantly hop into another trade after you make some profits, guys, because that anytime I do that, all of a sudden I rotate some of my profits, boom, my money goes down. Trying to rotate to bring up the profits faster again, right? So be as strategic as possible, right? When you get a successful trade, wait at least, put it in stables, put it in majors, and wait at least a week before you touch the profits and think about reinvesting it, in my opinion, right? So thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. Really appreciate it. How long have we been streaming for here? Let's see. Are we at the 30-minute mark? Okay, 28 minutes. Not bad at all. If you're tuning in, be sure to like the stream. I do this, my boy. I do this. Thank you so much, Black Stunt, man. I love your energy, man. I love it. I love it a lot, man. So if you're tuning in, like the stream, share the stream, Maxim. If you're here, join the Discord. Everybody here, join the Discord. I think I just saw Black Stunt, man, join the Discord. Link is in the description, man. Join the Discord, right? That's me that just replied to you, Black Stunt, man. And yeah, Maxim, man, join the Discord. I'm gonna take a look at search for you tomorrow. I will definitely take a look, man. I have to check out everything that's happening in it with it, but I will take a look for you. And yeah, guys, as always, thank you so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Really appreciate everybody that tuned into the stream. Remember, nothing I say is financial advice. We're gonna see where Bitcoin heads, but we're just gonna play it day by day. And I'll keep you guys covered on all these different projects, all these great projects. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one.